Welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking about reactions in D&D 5th edition. So there are certain spells, abilities, and situations that allow for what is called a reaction during your turn or somebody else's turn. Browsing through Reddit, I saw somebody named Juicy J talking about, what are reactions? How do you go about using them? What are they? So I thought I would go ahead and make a quick video about reactions in 5th edition. So one of the most common reactions is the opportunity attack, but we will be going through most of them and talking about them. We're not going to get specifically into each class's, different stuff that they can do, but just a generalized idea of what reactions can be taken and what the ready action can be used for. Now keep in mind, when you do take a reaction, you cannot take another one until the start of your turn on the next round. So let's go ahead and just jump right into the ready action here. Let me move these guys here. Okay, so this is a wall. Yeah. Pink eraser, this is a wall. So I'm going to put back here. So a ready action is anything that you want to say on your turn in order for something that you perceive is going to happen. So if this person walks behind the wall and you want to attack them, you want to charge them, anything that you would want to do that you think this character is going to do that is not on your turn will trigger the reaction. Now it could be 2 or 3 players down the road before your reaction triggers. So you could have this person, on your turn, you go first, you say, once this goblin comes around the corner, I want to, rush them and attack them. You could be sitting just right around here on the corner. So the next player's turn says, I want to start taunting these goblins, make them come around the corner, because as soon as they do, your ready action, your reaction will go off and you will hit this first goblin. You can have this archer back here, as archers do. So as soon as this goblin comes hauling around the corner and it's the archer's turn, your reaction goes off. You attack this person, this goblin, and now your reaction is done with until it is your turn once again. Now the archer can continue on his turn. It doesn't really look like he has line of sight here, so maybe move him over here. So now he has line of sight, to hit the goblin, and then there you go. So you can also do this with any spellcasting abilities too. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the special abilities and stuff and the bonus actions that you can also take on your turn and the feats and stuff. But that's essentially what a ready action is to have an action ready to go to activate whenever it's not even your turn. Now, if you are casting a spell and you have a spell as a ready action, this goblin is going to come around the corner. This little archer is taunting him. I know the camera keeps auto-focusing here. The goblin comes around the corner. The spellcaster you are going to use, you're going to have to keep that concentration up, though. That's one thing for a spellcaster, is you will have to do a concentration check just to make sure that you can still muster and hold that spell in your hands in order to release it once that reaction goes off. Now let's talk about the opportunity attack. Now the opportunity attack is only going to go off whenever a creature within your range moves out of your space. So it could be the spellcaster's turn here, and this goblin's been fighting you for a while. This goblin turns to flee, turns to run this way. Now before he gets out of your reach, you, even though it's the spellcaster's turn, have the opportunity to take a attack swing at this fleeing goblin. Now say a goblin is running from back behind you and goes in your space and then out to try to get this archer here. You then have a opportunity attack to, once it's right before it's about to leave your space, to go ahead and swing on this goblin. Now the only time that it does not provoke a opportunity attack is when you take the Disengage action, which we'll talk about, and if something has either thrown you, an explosion has blown you past somebody, or you are, teleported, I'm pretty sure. So if you're a little halfling and someone likes to throw you around, that's not going to count as a opportunity attack if you're passing an enemy. Now enemies too get opportunity attacks, so keep that in mind as well. So if you get thrown, if you get blown by an explosion, it doesn't count as a opportunity attack. But once they move out of your reach of your weapon, you can then use your reaction as a opportunity attack. Even if it's his turn and he moves out, or it's the spellcaster's turn, or any other turn for that matter. But remember, you only get one opportunity attack at the start of your next round. So if there are two goblins, right? One goblin runs away, you can attack him. Now this goblin runs away. He's in your space, but you've already used your reaction on this guy here. So just keep that in mind. So real quick, we'll talk about the dash action. Now you can use your action on your turn in order to dash. What it does is it doubles your speed. So say you're falling far, far from the party, and your speed is 30. Then what you can do is use your action to run. Instead of 30, you can move 60. That would be the dash action. Now, if you wanted to use the disengage action, what that does is it does not provoke a opportunity attack. So say this is you here, and you're having a hard time with this ogre, right? So you go ahead and use the disengage action, and you move out of his space back away into a safe area. Now, normally, this would provoke a opportunity attack because you are leaving his space of attack, but it does not since you went ahead and used the disengage action, which, like I said, does not provoke a opportunity of attack. So you go ahead and tell your DM, I'm getting beat up, real bad. I just took another 8 damage. I'll go ahead and, disengage and my speed move back over here towards the spellcaster just to get range on him. So that would be your disengage. Now, if you're sitting up here and you take the dodge action, what that does is any attacks towards you have a disadvantage. So the DM, all his little creatures, have disadvantage attacking you. Now this only applies if you can see the attacker. So if they're all in front of you until the start of your next turn, and you took the dodge action, everyone gets a disadvantage from you. Now if you have one of these sneaky sneaks back here, then of course you cannot see them, and that does not apply, because essentially what you're doing is you're looking around, you're making sure that none of these guys can hit you. You're putting all your attention and focus and trying not to be hit. Well, that doesn't really help with the rogue that's back here that is about to put an arrow in your back. So it's only guys that you can see that the dodge would work for you. That would have to roll a disadvantage. This guy, probably not. He actually probably gets an advantage to hit you. but yeah, that's how dodge works. Now for helping. Say your buddy needs help trying to pick up this huge pink eraser brick, right? So he's asking for help. What you can do is use that help action to go up there and assist him, and now he gets an advantage on that roll in order to try to lift this pink eraser brick. Now also with this help, if you're within 5 feet of an enemy, let's say this is the enemy here, you can go ahead and help him try to distract the enemy. So it's your turn. You go up to this archer, start clapping your hands and dancing. You're trying to assist your buddy here. So you go up to him, start clapping your hands and dancing. Now, what this guy gets, since it's his turn next, is advantage on the roll in order to attack him. So you've helped essentially distract, do everything in your power to try to throw him off his guard, which it's giving him advantage within 5 feet to attack him. So he gets a advantage roll if somebody is helping him with this creature. So that's really it for, just the basic actions in combat. The things that you can do that it doesn't tell you is, grappling, kicking down doors, throwing a halfling at somebody's face and having them distract them. That is all going to have to go through your DM to decide, how they want to, play that out. So if I'm going to throw a halfling here, let me get this pink eraser back over here. So I say, as soon as this goblin comes around the corner, I'm going to throw this halfling towards his face, which would seem like probably a difficult roll, but I mean, as a ready action, he comes around the corner, the archer, whoop, the archer's turn, goblin comes around the corner, halfling goes to his face, and really anything. If you want to break down a door, as soon as, usually it's the big chonker guy here. As soon as I kick down this door open, he has a ready action to shoot arrows into the room. Right, so it was his turn, and now it's his turn. So his turn, he's going to go ahead and take the dodge action just to make sure that whatever comes through, it doesn't hit him as long as he has line of sight. He is going to take a ready action So as soon as this door breaks down, you know, he can shoot any arrows that he sees somebody, you know, trying to peek through. So on his turn, you know, he's going to roll his, you know, athletics, you know, strength modifier, whatever the DM says to break down a door. He breaks down the door. This guy, you know, throws out a fireball or, you know, an arrow or an axe. He gets disadvantage on rolling against this guy. He shoots an arrow at him. So it all smoothly kind of works. It is, you know, it sounds like a lot to keep up with, but as long as the players know what is going on and the DM knows what's going on, it's going to run a lot, you know, it's going to run really smooth, and you're going to be able to do a lot of cool little things with these different actions. Well, that's just a brief breakdown of the most common reactions there are. Like I said, I'm not going to go in depth about, you know, the classes reactions and all the spells, each of them. You know, I'm just a brief of, you know, what are the ones that you can do, the common ones. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and sub and like, that'd be fantastic. But that's going to be it for me. So you guys have a great day, great night, and I will see you guys next time.